You were standing by with a failed soundbite. Lol. You should have been standing by with a fail or a celebrate. That's what you should have been doing. Right. We'll drive round to that thing. I can see there's another discoverable over here. Let's have a quick look around the town. Yeah, my next goal is $1 billion. 1 billion euros. Oh, blimey, that's a long queue. Wait, he's in the right lane indicating left. Whoa, 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 whoa! What's going on here? Excuse me? He just did to me what I've been doing to the AI? Indicating and moving out anyway? Flipping heck. Whoa. Right there, Governor. Yeah, he was exacting revenge for his fellow AI creatures. That's what he was doing. MAN truck dealer. Goes around, comes around. You're not a fan of the DAF? The speedometer should be on the right side of the dash like everyone else. I'm not a fan of the DAF dashboard, if I'm honest. It's the gearing that bothers me more. After level 100, the AI starts hunting you. Lol. They've evolved. It's like Factorio, the trucks have evolved. Better late than never. Here you go, Beaker. Thank you, man. Thank you for the bits. Right, we'll find another job. Clear dash. Yeah, it's not bad. I just... Personally, I like a digital speed display as well. I find digital speeds much easier to read than the analog speed. Yep. Left in gear. Right. What time is it actually? Shows the map. Yeah, 1 second. What was I saying about there always being a rogue job? Just deep into the heart of Turkey. Oh, we should take that. That goes properly down south. Well, I like that though. Concrete pipes. Oh, that's a nice job, but it goes the wrong way. Oh, man. That looks like a fun job as well. The map is really bad. Why? It'll have to be the pipes, I think. You gonna go and find a snack? Fair enough. You should have YKS RKS. What's that? Okay, there's the map. So that's your normal map. And then this is the YKS Turkey map. Large part of the map is the ocean. I think it's just the way it displays in the job market, to be honest. It's just the way it draws this. I don't know why it does that. Maybe this is from the default. I don't know. Maybe SCS drew this and then they're trying to overlay it. I'm not sure. I don't know, Mr. RH, if it works with Pro Mods. Right, we are going to have to get fuel en route here. YKS is a Turkey map and RKS is a rescale of YKS, so it's 1 to 19 scale. Ah, yeah, okay. Is that why it doesn't display on the map properly? The Turkey map does work with Pro Mods, you just need to have the RKS one. Right, there you go. So if you get the RKS one, not this one, then it will work Pro Mods, because they rescaled it. Let's go through. Okay, go through the town so we can pick things up. The Squirrel Trials on Steam. Squirrel Logistics ones. That is one of Paulie's mods, I think, that adds the Squirrel Logistics garage, and when it adds the garage, it adds the trailers. Pretty certain that's in the Paulie workshop. That one. Steering axle. I love the way the motorbikes go in this game. The way they turn around corners vertical. (6-4), good evening. RKS Presley. You've got YKS, which is the one I'm using, and then RKS is the rescaled one. I don't know where you get it from though. Good morning, Ash Pringle. Penguin, I'm not really interested in doing like huge map combos, to be honest with you. Oh no, I'm in the wrong lane, what a scumbag. Where in Turkey are you going? To Kahramanmaraş. At the top there. Karamanaranaranas. Manamana. That's where we're going. Wait, what is the sat-nav doing? Awesome. So, pretty sure I should have been taken down that lane there. It wasn't wrong lane, I followed sat-nav. Oh, is that a nuclear plant? Of course a police car comes out at the exact moment where I want to make my turn. Unbelievable. Thanks, Yoshi. Puppies, could you grab that link from Yoshi and just PM it to me? Mr. RH, I have my Jazzy Cat mods at the bottom and everything else above it. And that works for me. What do you mean rescue 1100 euros? The rescale map only contains the def and map file for the models. You need Model 2 and Model 1 only. Wait, what? Only contains the dep and map files. You will need Model 2 and 1 only. Wait, so Yoshi, are you saying that RKS does not ship with all the files you need and you still need to get YKS as well? And then overwrite some files with RKS? Because it's getting confusing now. Right, so it sounds like you have to download YKS and then you have to download RKS and drop files on top of it. I think that's what Yoshi's saying. Has that FS Labs malware problem been fixed because you're looking to buy it? They removed it. But a lot of people refuse to use the product because of what they did. But as far as I'm aware, it's no longer got that malware thing in there. I've not driven around a lot of this Turkey map, but right now it feels like there's a lot of countryside driving. Like a lot of the roads are just basically like countryside drives, which is nice. And then the cities themselves are like very small, mostly quite small towns. Like one road or maybe a loop road or something like that. Like they're not like big cities or anything. wasn't really a problem, just using a cracked version, Dark Wolf. No. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. People who purchased a legitimate copy had what would be called malware by any other name installed onto their computer. It was a keylogger, right? And it sent stuff back to FS Labs that you was not told about and you did not agree with. That's what it did. Darkest Soul, thank you for half a year. You created the Antarctica map. Nice. Does that link off ATS then? The installer came with a file called test.exe. It's well documented on Reddit. It's well documented on Reddit. If you want to go and have a nice deep read about test.exe. Yeah, Raging Walrus, firstly you need links to post, permission to post links, and secondly the Reddit thread is actually better. Because on Reddit, like Rock Paper Shotgun is effectively a news reporting site, whereas Reddit is like raw information. Like people saying what's in there, and it went as far as like FS Labs, and there's a Reddit post about this as well. FS Labs threatened Reddit with legal action if they did not take down those posts. And Reddit write a post where they basically showed their terms and conditions of use of their service and basically said, if you want to take us to court, go right ahead. You go for it, bro. That's what they said to FS Labs. And FS Labs, some of the email communications were, like, shall we say, unprofessional. And then they eventually took out the test.exe. It's an interesting read. And anyway, that is why, yeah, Flight Sim Labs. That is why a lot of people refuse to use FS Labs. Like a lot of flight simmers that I know refuse to use their products because of what they did. And more importantly, how they behaved afterwards. That's the thing. So, yeah, you have to make your own decisions in life, but it's up to you. Go and have a read of it and then make your decision. No, they wouldn't have beat Reddit. I mean, Reddit's like multi-billion-pound thing now. Like, not only that, it's that you're on their platform, you've already signed up to their terms and conditions of use. You can't demand they take something down when it's like fully within their rights to have it there in the first place. Oh, it is Yankee Wraith. Absolutely. But some people have short memories, and some people kind of look at it and go, yeah, well, you know, it wasn't so bad. Like, you know, it was fine. You know, no, it's not. It's not fine. And just have a read of their emails. Like the Reddit guys posted the emails that they got from FS Labs. And the threats and stuff. And it's just unreal. Nice map mod, just downloaded 0.7 the other day. I'm not sure what version this is, to be honest. They're a really good team, Carrotfish. Their product is good, yeah? The actual product that they make is good. The problem, I think, is a couple of people at the top, shall we say, some of the decisions they make, the business decisions, and the technical guy who green-lighted test.exe, they're the problem. The actual team and the product they make is a good product. but you can't behave like that in the business world. Like, you have to accept that if you release a software product, a certain percentage will be pirated. That doesn't give you the right to drop in malware tools that phone home. Yeah? That's... nah. You're crossing a line when you do that. Man's 2034. Good evening. Just got home from a 629-kilometer trip. Welcome back, Mans. Hope you're not too tired. Will I be playing Satisfactory again next week, DPH? I cannot play it. So the open weekend finishes tomorrow at 5 PM. After that, you can't play it again until release day on the 19th. Which is why you've not installed Windows 10 6.4. There's a program called Spybot Anti-Beacon 6.4. You run that, and it stops Windows from calling home, and it keeps Windows from not calling home. Every time there's an update, it refreshes. Spybot Anti-Beacon, free product. I run it on all my Windows 10 machines. As soon as I install it, I install that straight away. Works a treat. Outermost Gold, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the Net House, Outermost. Thank you for your support. Thanks for the nutty welcome, guys. It's now $10. Okay, well you know, all the versions I've got of it are free. Every time I've downloaded it, it's been free. But in any event, it's well worth $10. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be like Rob Jansen or somebody. You got it recently, didn't pay. I mean, Matty, I thought I downloaded it just 3-4 months ago and didn't pay anything for it. That must be super recent. Is it really simulation gaming? Oh dear. I'll have to ignore the 70k views on that video of Derail Valley then. That's clearly death. Rob and Rob! The dynamic duo are here. Welcome, guys. Thank you for the raid. If you played Satisfactory again, well, I don't know, DPH. I was wondering that myself the other day. Derail Valley's got to do more versions. There's only so much you can do in it right now, so I will have to kind of follow it as it progresses as a game. It's not a huge amount you can do. But they have done some fixes to some things over the weekend. Anti-Beacon is free, but there's a paid version. I think you're right. I'm pretty certain that you can download a free version. But it does the, what's that antivirus product? The one that's free. It tries to encourage you to buy it, but kind of at the bottom of the screen goes, oh, and you can download the free version. But it's like, hey, $10. Free version's down here. And most people, AVG's classic for that. Avast, yeah, they all do that. They're free, but they so try hard to get you to pay for them. Even things like, are you sure you don't want to try out the version with all these other features? You've got it, Chris Law. Nice, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a good program. It's a good program. And it shows you a list of everything that it's going to block. Gives you some like things that you definitely should block. Gives you a list of things that you can block. And it'll tell you every step of the way what it's going to do. And just go, yep, done. Gabby, thank you for 2 months. Feels good to be here. Thank you very much, Gabby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, excuse me, there's two versions of Spybot. The free and the one that's €7.99 and has telemetry addressing and other added stuff. Yeah. I think that's the bit people were missing. Oh, excuse me. There is a free version. I just use the free one. I don't use the other stuff. The free one's fine for me. You can only find the paid version of Spybot. Can somebody link Broofer, the free version of it? You'll need a permit from a mod first, though. Just make sure it comes from the Spybot site, please. I don't want to link to anywhere else. Yeah, like that, Raging Walrus. I don't want a link to any other site. You can't trust anywhere but the original site. Just make sure. Make sure it goes to the Spybot website to get the file. Don't download it from some download website. Never trust that stuff. WindowsTools.com. Oh, really? It's on the website. Just press download and get the free version straight away. Bob Monkhouse beer tokens. Thank you very much, Bob. Hope you're well, sir. I missed some resubs, Rob. You mean I missed your resub, Rob? Sorry. Rob Jensen, good evening, Paul. Look what this is, 19 months. Thank you very much. I can't believe that has escalated very quickly. Thank you very much, Rob. I don't know how I missed your resume.
Welcome back.
What does it do? If you're a Windows 10 user, Jensins, it basically stops the operating system from sending a load of telemetry back to Microsoft. That's basically what it was invented for. What do we mean by telemetry? We mean information about what your operating system is like used for. It's not specific to you. It's all aggregated data, but it's still data. So that Microsoft can improve their operating system. It's just rubbish. You don't want it calling back. It is not an antivirus. It is not an antivirus. It is not anti-malware. It doesn't do anything like that. It blocks telemetry callbacks from Windows. That's what it does. I'm not sure, Supai. I think if you go into the registry and mess around, you can do it. But the Spybot program just is like literally, you install it, you click on the button, and you're done. You don't even run it again, ever. It just does its thing. That's it. It even blocks. I'm sure it blocks ad.doubleclick.net, because every time it tries to throw me to some ad on ad.doubleclick.net, it gets looped back and blocked. It's quite funny.
Happy anniversary, Nata.
I need to get some fuel, I think. True Blue Aussie with a bullseye 50 months. Squirrel hype. 50 months of awesome streams and contents. Thank you very much, bro. There's so much scam sites around those with tuning tools. Yes, and that's why, Rob, you're quite right. I'm saying stay away from anything that isn't Spybot website. Never trust these other sites. It's the perfect place. Like, if you're a person that's like distributing malware, the perfect way to do it is to basically offer downloads of these tools and just bundle your malware in there. And people go there and then download stuff. And it comes bundled with free malware. You don't want to be doing that. Mr. Rubku with 14. Thanks for the nice streams and support. Thank you for the support, Mr. Rubku. I hope you're well. Frosty Jack, get it from the original website. Get it from the Spybot anti-beacon website. Get it from there and get the free download. Don't go anywhere else. Well, not really. I mean, WK, honestly, it's completely obvious to me. I don't know everybody else, but if I was a malware author, that's what I'd do. And the best place to bundle your malware is in anything that messes around with the operating system. Because then you're nicely in at system level and you can do what you like. Once you install a system service, it just bypasses user access control. It can do whatever it wants. So the best place to bundle malware is in tools that do that. Ghost of Sparta. This is Sparta. Thank you for subbing, Ghost of Sparta. Welcome to the Net House. I need to find a fuel place because we're down to... Wait, what? We're down to 281 litres. Whoa, you're slowing down quick, bro. Bruford, that's why they all ask for admin rights. Because once they get admin rights, they can then do call-outs on the network without your permission. Malware requires admin rights to do its job. The big problem is how you know if it's a legitimate homepage or a fake, Captain Flynn. Often, like modern browsers will often look at certificates and things and verify that the domain is correct. That's one thing. But usually, like if it's a legit company, you'll be able to get information that on the page will be information about the company, where it's registered, all the rest of it. Like there are many ways of checking. You can send network without admin rights. Browsers do it all the time, Captain Flynn. So first of all, you gave your browser admin rights to install itself. Secondly, every web page is sandboxed. And thirdly, it can't make calls back to a domain that isn't the one that you've got in your tab. Yeah, they can't suddenly start calling out left, right, and center unless you allow it to. And in the actual page itself, it's not able to do anything to your operating system. It's basically sandboxed in the browser's environment. So it can't start writing files out and trashing your hard drive and reading data from your registry. It's completely contained in the browser. Oh boy. But we're not talking about the browser, we're talking about installed programs. We clicked Sunday Night Trick and we got a version of the DAF inserted their content in place of Scandia. I'm not sure what you mean there, Dave. Oh, that was close. Are you on Linux, Captain Flynn? If you're running wget and curl, you might sounds like you're on Linux, in which case your shell already has network rights. Your account has network rights, therefore your shell does, therefore your wget and curl will. So you're on Windows, right? So you're doing what, a command line to run that? I've already shown the map, Apan, a few times. You don't use your windows, you use doors. But don't. It looks like it's getting a little bit mountainous here. Like quite hilly and stuff. Yeah, Captain Flame, when you run a program, right, you're running it under the same... If you look in Process Explorer, the program that you just executed will be running it as your username. So it therefore has all the permissions that you have on your account. If you install something and it asks for administrator permissions, it will be installing itself as a system user account. And at that point, it can do anything without your permission. That's the point I'm making. The stuff that you're running has the rights that your account has. Thank you for 5 months of Witherings. That's how operating system permissions work. They run under a user, some user. Like if I install Apache web server, for example, or Nginx or whatever, I will create an account for it, and then I'll run it under the permission of that account. And then whatever I do to that account's permissions, it's affected by, because the operating system makes sure it can't do anything else. Yeah, you might need admin rights to install Beaker because because you've got that setting turned on in user account control, where it checks permissions to install something. But what account it runs under could be system, or it could be something else. What kind of things did I develop, Rapid the Nerd? I did a lot of stuff over the years. I did everything from custom software for a company that made oscillators. Like I wrote all the tooling for that tested all the oscillators. That was like system stuff. I did I looked after SQL servers. I looked after Linux installations as well as like a side interest. I looked after Windows Server installations. I looked after a server farm. I developed stuff like database stuff. I developed web-based stuff, information systems, scheduling systems, just like all kinds of things, really. Depends who the client was. And then it kind of ended doing Salesforce-y stuff, though it was CRM systems. So, you know, customer relationship management stuff. Oh boy, what's going on here? So I did some not super low-level stuff, but pretty low-level stuff. And I did some kind of high-level application tier stuff. I used to write everything from... I used to do a lot of database design, a lot of table design, relational database table design, did a lot of that. Tuning of keys and all kinds of stuff. Wrote tons of store procedures. On SQL Server mostly, but some on Oracle. I did lots of middle tier work, mostly in Java, and did quite a bit of front-end work, and also things like Delphi front-ends and stuff, so there was quite a mix of things I ended up doing. Yeah, I don't know what that bus was doing. Well, I didn't have to write Java. I got into Java at the start of it, yeah? Before it was owned by Oracle and the likes. Back in the day when it was actually quite a decent language. And it was, you know, back before that we was working on C++ and Delphi, which was Pascal. So Java like had some really nice stuff. Like when it brought in contract-based programming and interfaces, Java was really nice for that if you'd come from C++. That then got retrofitted onto Delphi with interface support and that kind of thing. So it had a lot of language constructs that were nice. It was only later on that it started to become a bit of a mess, particularly when Oracle bought it. We've got 200 litres of fuel. We've only got 47 Ks. I think we'll make it on one tank. Python went through quite... I never really did much with Python, but it went through a number of revisions. I think when it went to... Is it version 5? It became... Is it 5? It became pretty good at that point. Like, Perl used to be a language of choice for a lot of people until Perl 4 came out, I think it was, and that was a mess. Yeah, Turbo Pascal was great, Heapster. I used to love Turbo Pascal. It was so good. I did Turbo Pascal mostly through uni. Did a lot of it, and then... But for my final year dissertation, my final year thing that I did, I chose to write it all in C++. I could have done it all in Turbo Pascal, but I chose to do it in Turbo C++ because I wanted to learn the language more thoroughly. So I did all my final year projects in Turbo C++. Perl 5 is the last normal language, Perl 6 is a mess. Right. It's funny how things get bloated, isn't it? Java's gone the same way. We just dropped all your Oracle stuff. Rebuilt everything in Hyper-V and Microsoft SQL. And Azure. Yeah, Azure's quite a rich platform, Azure. But yeah, Oracle, I don't know. Oracle, again, used to have a good system and they just kind of messed it up. Larry Ellison is just... I don't know what went wrong. Maybe he took his eye off the ball, I'm not sure. Welcome to Mana Mana. Ooh. I think I need to get in the left lane. Ego got in the way. With Larry Ellison, that's 100% true. Oh, Haskell. Yeah, I know Haskell. Haskell was, Haskell is... Because I was really into multi-threaded programming and multi-core processing and stuff before it... That's one of the reasons I built that dual Opteron system, was because I wanted... Back then, when I was doing a lot of multi-core processing, I wanted to have actual pure multi-threadedness, not like fake multi-threadedness with multi-cores. I wanted to have 2 physical CPUs in my system. So I got actual real-time stuff. And Haskell was one of the languages that was kind of built for multi-core stuff, wasn't it, if I remember? I remember reading all about it. I didn't really get into it a lot, but I remember reading about it. Good night, network. Good night, Rob Jensen. I remember the papers early on with Haskell, and I thought that looks pretty promising. Visual Basic, dear me. Feel sorry for you, bro. Visual Basic was Microsoft's main attack vector against Delphi. The rise of Borland, Delphi. As Microsoft once said, the only thing that was wrong with Delphi was it wasn't made by Microsoft. Like a glove. Sinclair Basic. I used to love Sinclair Basic. It was great. That's why I like the ZX Spectrum, because like all the keyboard had buttons that you could press and it would just do the whole command, like print or whatever. It had the keywords built in. You didn't have to type out print. You could just press one button and get the word print. It's great. Half them took 3 key presses. Once you got used to it, you get quite quick with it, Beacon. I mean, I used to type in entire game, like 2, 3, 4 pages of listings of games. I used to type them into my Spectrum on a Saturday. I could get quite quick at it. When's yachts 5? 2nd of April. Right, guys, thank you for watching. That's the end of Sunday Night Truckin'. Thank you for being here and having fun. Hope you had a good time. I shall be back on Thursday. I think, if I remember correctly, I cannot stream Friday. I think I'm out Friday evening. I'm not sure if I'm streaming Friday, to be honest. Yeah, I think the schedule...
Game over, man. It's game over.
Thank you, Captain Flint. Yeah, the schedule is going to change. Just a bit of a heads up here, guys, for you. So next weekend, I'm going to be out Friday evening, I think, so the schedule needs to change a bit. But the weekend after, I am going to be making a change to the schedule, like, going forward. And I'll explain why probably next weekend. But just to give you a heads up that in a couple of weeks' time, there will be a scheduling change. But we'll talk about that next week. Just understand that next week, Friday evening, I'm pretty certain I'm out. Anyway, have a cracking week, whatever you're doing. I will be getting some videos on YouTube for you this week. I will be recording them probably tomorrow. So have a good Sunday. And I'll see you all in just a few days' time. And we'll have some more fun. Thank you for all your support. Thank you to all the mods and the team for the splendid job they do. You don't like change, change scares you. If there's one thing, Tree, that I can say to you, change is inevitable. Embrace it. More Mexico videos. I'm not sure yet, Chris. I don't get days off, Shoot Bandits, bro. I'll be busy. I'll be busy doing stuff, so don't worry about that. Right, anyway, have a good one. See you soon. Take it easy, guys, if you all. Good night.